Hi, this is a quick introduction of the new one tap method which we as William Hill as a company are introducing part of our payment methods. So one tap is a mobile only method, and it doesn't display on sportsbook as a deposit method, but you can withdraw money from one tap using Skrill. So I'm using an emulator here to describe how one tap is shown on the mobile view. I have an iPhone emulator view here on the screen, and this account at the minute has only Ucash attached to it. On the other payment methods below, you can scroll up and you can see there's a new method called Skrill one tap attached, and Skrill on its own as a different payment method displayed. I'll just quickly show you how it's displayed on Sportsbook. If a Sportsbook user goes in and if he tries to find out a one tap Skrill payment method here, they can't find it. Only Skrill is visible. Whereas if you see for mobile, you have a Skrill one tap and Skrill. Now as a user, I want to deposit using Skrill, so I enter the amount, click deposit. So the first flow of Skrill one tap will be exactly similar of how the normal Skrill payment method will be, but you can see I'll quickly show you the difference between what's the difference between a Skrill one tap and the normal Skrill deposit. So let me just take this username from here. Paste it there. So password. Right, so now it's saying I have X amount of money. I say pay. Now the process happens on the deposit. This is all on mobile screen, and after some time it redirects me back to the Skrill successful deposit page screen. There you go. It's saying Skrill have successful deposit. My hashed out email beside it, the amount I've already deposited, and the transaction reference ID. Now if I go to deposit again, if I click on William Hill, you don't have to log in live. It's a test simulator, so I have to log in again. So here you see I can see Skrill one tap and Ucash both added as my methods under my methods, and Skrill available in the black and white below under other payment methods. Now the difference which I'm going to show you now is, as a user, if I view the mobile on my mobile, I can see Skrill one tap and Ucash both in color, which is added to my account. But if the same user, if I come to Sportsbook and if I try to refresh my page here on Sportsbook on the deposit page, as I've described before, Skrill one tap is a mobile specific method only, but it will not be shown on Sportsbook. As you can see here, the customer will still see only Ucash in color, but there is no Skrill one tap, whereas in a mobile view there is Ucash and one tap. Now what's the difference between Skrill and one tap? The first difference obviously which I showed now is it's a pure mobile specific method. The second difference of the flow for how Skrill works and how one tap works is, as a user, if I tap into Skrill for the second time and if I try to make a deposit, if you remember in the previous step, the amount was deposited, but I have to enter the username and password in the Skrill iframe. But following the second deposit for Skrill one tap, it's a one-click method. So as soon as I click on submit payment method, I don't have to go through all this username password again. It straight away takes me to the deposit successful page. So it's an instant one-click payment method after this method has been attached. So you don't have to go through these hassles of entering username and password again on the Skrill small iframe on mobile once it's attached to mobile. So again, you have the reference number, amount, email ID, hashed out, and one tap, and the balance reflecting on the top. Now I quickly refresh this page. Now you can see add payment methods. You can still see Skrill and Ucash. I quickly swap the screens to the desktop version. Show you what's happening here. So the balance here is 40. the balance on mobile is 40, but mobile has two methods, whereas sportsbook has only one method. So that's the first difference of one tap being a mobile specific method, and the second difference is it's a one-click method. You don't have to go to the process again and again. Now if you try to withdraw, so as a user, if I try to withdraw any money using mobile, so if I do £10, you can see I can withdraw through Skrill straight away. So it is giving me option to say you have a Skrill one tap method attached, please withdraw money to your account. Now similarly on sportsbook, if I come and withdraw, as you can see on sportsbook I don't see Skrill as my added method, but if I try to go to my accounts and try to withdraw £10, similar scenario what I've just did on mobile. So if I say £10, click on check withdrawals, there you go. Skrill is also shown on this on withdrawal screen. So the difference what I'm trying to show here, on sportsbook on deposit page, even though you don't see Skrill as an added method, on withdrawal screen system determines that Skrill is one of the payment method, and I have to give them the money back to it. It's only a mobile specific deposit method, not sportsbook or a desktop version, but you can withdraw from both of it. Now there's a small scenario attached to Skrill. Now as you can see Skrill now attached. If I quickly show you back office, scroll down to the payment methods, I can see one tap Skrill added, active, all the methods are suspended or removed, and Ucash International is the other one which is active. Now what I'm going to do is, what happens to this now as a user, as a sportsbook user or a mobile user, I come to sportsbook, I come to the deposit page, and I want to add Skrill as another payment method to my account. So add Skrill. Remember I have Ucash and Skrill one tap on mobile, and I'm also adding Skrill as a third method. So what happens? So the customer is redirected to the iframe. Exactly what happened in mobile before. It'll ask me to add a username and password. What I now use is I use the same username and password which I used for Skrill, or one tap to that, and say if I say enter the password, say pay, deposit successful, it will take a couple of seconds to redirect back into the successful page. Now what difference I'm going to show you now is, if Skrill one tap is the only method added to the user's account, then when they try to withdraw, the money will go back to Skrill one tap as you've seen before. Now in this case, as a sportsbook user, the same user, I've added Skrill. So as you can see on sportsbook, I can see only Ucash and Skrill, two methods attached, whereas on mobile previously I had Skrill one tap and Ucash. Now I should see three different methods added. So if I click on add, there you go. So you have Skrill one tap, which is the mobile specific only method, Ucash, which is already added to the account, Skrill is the new Skrill method which we just added. So on mobile you can see three, on sportsbook you can see two, clearly showing that Skrill one tap is a mobile specific deposit only method. Now what happens if a customer tries to add a Skrill, which is like a proper method, both on sportsbook and on desktop and on mobile? What happens as soon as Skrill is added to the account, when this particular customer tries to make a withdrawal? I'll quickly show you here what happens. When I clicked £10 before to withdraw, the option given to me was Skrill one tap, but you can see the difference. What will happen now? As soon as I click 10, it's giving me Skrill as an option. It's not giving me Skrill one tap. Now what I'm trying to show here is, until and unless a Skrill is added to an account, one tap can deposit via mobile, withdraw using mobile, and withdraw only using sportsbook, not deposit via sportsbook. But once the same customer adds Skrill, which is the like parent method on desktop, on mobile, when you try to withdraw, or on sportsbook when you try to withdraw, the money will go back to Skrill. I'll show you what I'm actually meant. So actually previously you can see Skrill one tap. Now clearly you can see only Skrill. I'll quickly swap the screens to desktop. In desktop previously, when I tried to withdraw £10, it was giving me Skrill one tap, which is the withdrawable method on desktop, not the deposit method. Now if I do the same £10, instead of telling me Skrill one tap, it's telling me to withdraw to Skrill only. So this is the major difference. This is the third difference, or the third functionality where the money will be given to this is the third functionality which I wanted to explain when it comes to Skrill and Skrill one tap. Now quickly I'll show you how the back office works. So I didn't refresh the screen, guys. As you can see now, you have Skrill active, yes, and pending. All of them are suspended, and Ucash is active and no. Now what I'll do is I'll quickly refresh this customer screen or this customer's account, and after refreshing, if I scroll down, you can see now Skrill active, pending. Moneybookers, which is called as Skrill in sportsbook world, whereas back office world it's called Moneybookers. It's called Moneybookers active, pending. But what you have to observe here is I've deposited 20 using one tap but 10 using Skrill. As soon as a same customer uses Moneybookers or Skrill along with one tap, both the balances are linked, hence allowing us to withdraw money deposited from one tap to Moneybookers if a Moneybookers or a Skrill is involved in a deposit or a withdrawal method. Now let me just continue. I'll just process the withdrawal here. Let me just do it again. Maybe timed out. So if I process now let me just process the withdrawal here. There you go. Now it's saying Skrill successful withdrawal. If I quickly refresh the screen in the back office, both the balances now should, previously it was 30 for both the balances, now it should go down. There you go, 20 and 20. So once Moneybookers is added or Skrill is added to an account which has one tap, Skrill will become the mode of withdrawal from whatever you deposit using one tap. And if this customer in future wants to remove Moneybookers through customer services, they can remove it, and customer services have to manually activate the withdrawal method for one tap again, so they can withdraw back the money to one tap only. Thank you.